Well, hello, my friends. We're here mostly. It's Wednesday, mostly. You know, maybe not everywhere, but close enough. I think probably mostly everywhere. Still Wednesday, hanging in there. As I mentioned on my last stream and also in the Discord, I had a chemical exposure earlier this week, and I am still pushing through, still dealing with a lot of really strugglesome symptoms. So I am gonna be, it's gonna be a little harder than usual to do the things, and that's just how it is. Who is SC Johnson? Is that somebody that maybe I don't need to be worried about that right now. I'm so sorry about your internet connection. That's got to be really frustrating. I do enjoy rain. I see. Okay. Yeah. So the chemical in question was a Glade plugin, which are, let me take a step back. I'm probably not going to be able to do a good job at explaining this situation because I'm in the midst of the symptoms that it has caused, which are, in my case, mostly brain related. So my brain is not working as well as usual, and so as much as I wish that I could do a good job explaining what multiple chemical sensitivities is all about and what exactly happened in this specific instance for me, I'm just gonna have to try a little bit and then let it go, because I'm not starting out in just chatting. I am already in RimWorld category, so I'm just gonna keep it brief. MCS, or multiple chemical sensitivities, can happen to anybody, and if you think of your body as like you've got a certain amount of chemicals you can tolerate, and your body is good at handling that and dealing with it up to a certain extent, and then at some point some people's level of capacity is just at max, and then at that overflow line you've got symptoms that you're dealing with, whether that's having to do with lung function, whether that's brain fog, whether that's skin conditions as a result of having chemicals in your system that your body is already maxed out at its normal natural function of taking care of itself, and that's normal that your body can do that, and everybody's body does that. It's just that our world has chemicals in it that we didn't evolve with. that haven't existed for the length of humanity and our evolution. So yeah, Wikipedia, of course. Remember when Wikipedia was new and everybody said, oh, don't trust Wikipedia when you're like writing an article for something? It's like writing an essay at school. And now Wikipedia is our go-to. The power of the masses. It's just like Twitch chat knows all, right? So in my case, I was doing acrylic nails for myself on a semi-regular basis, and I did this over, you know, a few years, and it was fine. But one winter I got tired of sitting outside to do it, and I did my nails inside without enough air moving through, and that was when my chemical sensitivity overload started. And that was years ago, and so since then I've had to like do everything I can to avoid too many chemicals in my life, whether that has to do with things I'm eating or drinking or breathing or putting on my skin. So like I changed what products I used so there wouldn't be like added fragrances. So for me, the things, companies have permission to lump chemicals together under certain catchphrases like perfume or fragrance, and not or natural flavorings or natural flavors, and not disclose exactly what's in that. So it makes it hard for me to figure out exactly what I'm reacting to and eliminate that. So I have to eliminate probably more things than I'm actually reacting to in order to try to keep myself safe and functioning well. But fragrances are one of the things that I eliminated from like the personal care products that I use and stuff like that. But there are places where fragrances exist in the air, in public or in private, that you can run into. Like if you go to the mall, some stores have places where there's fragrance in the air kind of as part of their brand. Even if they're not necessarily selling fragrance, they might be selling clothes and yet have fragrance in the air, and that even comes out into the corridor of the mall. So places like that are difficult for me. And so this week I had some family time. I'm on a trip in Texas for some family stuff that's going on right now, and I spent some time visiting a cousin of mine, and it was so wonderful to see family and everything. And because of the pandemic, and I'm still extra cautious, we did most of our visiting outside, and I had a mask and all of that, so I didn't figure that there would be any big issue. But even spending just a little bit of time at the beginning and end of the visit in her house with a mask on was enough with those Glade plugins there to be an issue. So of course I took another shower as soon as I got back, and got stuff out of my hair and off my skin, and have been, so it's just a process that my body is taking care of all by itself. It's just not as good at it as it used to be. Gis cara corraco dankon provia visito. So yeah, we're gonna go to the game and I'm gonna try to not kill everybody, because in a way I think it's fair to say like the effect of this for me is a little bit like being altered. Like my brain just isn't functioning as well as it normally would. So it is entirely possible that I may make some irretrievable mistakes today. And we do have a colony on, what's it called? Commitment mode, where we can't go back and fix mistakes. So that's where we're at with this. And I have pushed the play button, and RimWorld is being a little slow to launch. And thank you all so much for your understanding. Despite the fact that I'm probably really not easy to understand right now, it's some of the effects that I deal with. I'm like more volatile, more reactive, so I really appreciate your patience, as I'm not exactly myself. So we're gonna load this. We are in Tribe of the Delta, I believe, and I'm gonna switch into the gaming scene. Is it Randy Random for Tribe of the Delta? Might be. Let's have a double check. I'm waiting for the game to load in and double checking that it has. It has not yet. All right. I don't know why it has not yet. There it is. Okay, welcome in. So let's double check really quickly. Options, is that where we are? This gameplay, storyteller. No, this particular storyteller is Cassandra Classic Adventure Story. Our Friday group is Randy Random Community Builder, and I was saying at some point during stream on Friday, it's been a while since Randy's thrown something at us. I'm starting to feel really concerned. And then Randy threw everything at us. So that all went very sideways, or actually very downhill very quickly. This, however, yes, there is going to be noise because I'm on my laptop. My laptop makes a lot of fan noise right next to, I mean, the fan and the camera that is including the microphone are this far away from each other, as opposed to very far away from each other with a very directional microphone on my setup when I'm at home. But this is the way we can have RimWorld when we are on the road. A mix-up, no problem. No, I wasn't sure at all. That's why I needed to check, because I just did not remember for 100%. So we have a kind of situation where we've got our main area here for our animals and our crops, and then we've got bedrooms kind of out along the edge here. Now that's not really the edge. The edge is way out here. So eventually we might dig bedrooms into this area over here, and have in this area over here and this area over here, so that they're kind of out of the way. But we shall see. Actually, no, my microphone and camera are a Logitech 1080p camera with a built-in microphone, but that's a USB camera. It's the same camera that I usually use. I brought that along with me, but I did not bring my microphone and the very large stand that it goes in, as I was not sure whether I would have anything to clamp that onto. But the problem is really that I'm running on a laptop. The laptop makes fan noise. I have the laptop set up in a way that lets it breathe in as much as is physically possible. So it has all the air, but the fan noise is just part and parcel of running RimWorld on the laptop, because RimWorld is a game that gets computers a little hot and bothered sometimes. So let's check in with our colonists here. Constellatio is amazing at the planting and harvesting, and this is our first crop of devil strand, which is for making clothing. It's a really special fiber. It's made from a kind of a mushroom. It's very tough, good at insulating, and protects exceptionally well against flame, which is good because, you know, every colony winds up having a pyro in it, and fire is something that they get up close and personal with, beating flames out with their, what do they beat flames out with? I think they take their jacket off and beat the flame with the jacket or something like that. I'm not sure. So we have 6 colonists right now. Do we have any guests at the moment? We do not. I think our guest escaped, or no, escaped isn't the word, left, which left us with better relationships with that particular faction. That was the Nache kinship. So we had made them angry, and now they are gradually coming back to less and less hostile. So Lune is making a cowboy hat, and Irizano and I are bringing some wood in. I decided we were really short on wood and we needed some for building things, and the more wood we grow here, the less food for the animals we're growing. So we're a little short on food, and in both colonies, Irizano is our chef extraordinaire. So that's something that I'm sure as soon as we get some ingredients here, we do have ingredients. We have squirrel. Why are we not prioritizing that? We have some strange priorities going on right now. Cooking is higher than hauling. So why is hauling happening when cooking needs to be happening? Mystery. Irizano, cooking is farther up than hauling. I don't understand. Well, I'm sure she'll get to it soon. It's time for everybody to be relaxing socially. They're hanging out, playing some cards, going for a walk. Oh no, hang on. Relaxing socially right here. These new picnic tables need to not be gather spots. Otherwise, they are going to draw colonists all the way across the map and be an incredible waste of time. Here's another one. It's not a gather spot. That's good news. Okay, any other ones are a gather spot that should not be? This should be a gather spot. This should not, that should not, that should not, and this should. Okay, that's good. So Irizano might reconsider. No, we will ask her to reconsider. She's going to go play hoopstone. Haha dogs, hello. How are you doing? It is good to see you. I hope life is treating you as well as possibly. We've got an eclipse going on. That's okay. It makes things a little darker than usual, but doesn't otherwise affect us very much because we are not running on electricity yet. How's our research coming along? We have not even researched electricity yet. We're almost there with smithing, which is kind of exciting. After that is going to come long blades. And we can have swords pretty soon. Swords is good news. We have done so far so good in this colony, but we want to keep it that way. Let's look at how we are on weapons. Constellatio has a short bow. Short bows are terrible, really. Is there anything better that we can do? One other thing we need to have a look at first is our quests. We have a quest here that we need to get right on. And This one we are already working on. We need 39 cowboy hats. And what have we got? We have 15 cowboy hats, some of which will not work, some of which are poor quality. We are not good at making cowboy hats yet. This might not work out. We're going to disallow every cowboy hat that is of normal quality or better so that we won't wear them up, use them, wear them out, use them up. Words. Very difficult right now. All right. We've made a lot of poor quality cowboy hats. So Lune's getting his skills up here. Crafting skill of 4, some familiarity. Not very far towards level 5 yet, unfortunately. Nightbot, it's not allowed in this Airbnb, but I do have water. Drinking beverages is kitchen and living room only. And I did kind of break that rule on my last stream, and I'm having second thoughts. I figure, especially if I'm less mentally focused, I should probably not take the risk of spilling things. Risanyo is going to go take a rest for the night, and Salune's just trying one more time on a cowboy hat, see if we can't get a better quality cowboy hat. I'm wondering if you guys are hearing the sound of my mouse wiggling around, and if I might be able to use this, sorry about that, napkin. Nope, that will not make for a good mouse pad. I think it's probably pretty quiet, except for when I pick it up and move it. All right, Mole is currently sleeping in our guest room / hospital / prison. What problem they have with tea? It's to prevent spilling messes. Tea does stain, so places, the bedrooms are just, you know, to be protected from spilling of tea, which stains. That's perfectly reasonable. It's also a shoes off inside house, and that's how I do anyway in my normal life, so that's not a problem. And water is a good thing to drink anyway. I'm eating potatoes. That's not great. Raw potatoes. I'm not very happy about that. We're gonna see. Irisanyo also wants to eat potatoes. I've figured out why it is we're not cooking. We're not cooking because we don't have a place to cook right now. Who is our best builder? I think it's Mole. Is it Mole? It is Mole. Mole, it's an emergency. I need you to actually get up out of bed and come work on that. Irisanyo, I'm going to distract you momentarily so that you can have some cooked potatoes instead of raw potatoes. Because as hungry as you are, I think there's got to be a better choice other than eating raw potatoes, and that choice is waiting for Mole to come and make a place for cooking. In the meantime, we can clean up a little bit. Here comes Mole with some steel to make the new fueled stove. Now this fueled stove will work even though there's an eclipse going on, because it's fueled with wood and not solar power or any form of electricity whatsoever. So that's good news. All right, let us make some bills there. We're going to cook a simple meal until we have 30. Let's say 30. And we'll allow skill level 8+. I think Irisanyo's got that. Bio? Cooking? 8, indeed. Irisanyo has reached the cooking level, at which she will be less likely to give anybody food poisoning, especially if the cooking area is clean. So Lune's bringing some fuel for this new wood stove. No, he's not. Thought he was. Yeah. Irizanya wants to go consume the kibble. Let's not do that. So Lune's going to put that fuel in the stove, and then Irizanya will be able to come and... No, we don't have the ingredients to cook the simple meal times 4. We'll have to make a simple meal times 1. Or do some butchery. Who is our butcher? It should be probably me, or whoever is under level 8 at cooking. That is me. Alright, I need to get up and do some butchering. It's an emergency. So Lune, meanwhile, wants to eat the kibble. Please don't eat the kibble. It will make you unhappy if you wait just a little bit. Just a little bit. No, not you too, Irizanya. Let me find you something else to do. You know, like hauling that wood. Busy work until we can get this cooking going on. Yeah, kibble is not what we want to be eating. Stug, you too? Yeah, you want to eat kibble too. Everybody's eating the kibble. I'll get them to do busy work until... Here I come. I'm gonna do the butchering. We're at minor break risk here with Irizanya. I mean, people are hungry. And Constellazio's eaten raw potatoes, gotten food poisoning, and laid down on the kitchen floor and taken a nap. Reasonable. It's all reasonable. I mean, if you eat food that hasn't been prepared properly, or food that hasn't been prepared at all, then bad things can happen sometimes. And I was not watching carefully enough. I was telling everybody what busy work they should do other than eating raw food. But I missed it that Constellazio was trying to do that. Alright. I'm going to rest. Please don't do that. No. Okay, so we didn't butcher the squirrels in time. And so we don't have enough ingredients to make 4 meals. Let's make 1 meal. That won't be enough. That definitely won't be enough. But oh man, we can't even make 1 meal. This is really serious. We're gonna have to just go ahead and eat the raw ingredients, the kibble and such. We're gonna have to start harvesting some berries. We're in a bad way right now. We're harvesting the berries. Why do we not have rice in the ground? Nothing has been planted. What is what? My colonist, he couldn't wait for the cooking oil so that we can have palm frite. The problem was not the cooking oil. It's a little bit more complicated than that. But yeah, basically, we didn't have enough ingredients. Irizanya's in a bad mood and is going to bed. I mean, that's reasonable under the circumstances. Everybody's sleeping now. I had them up all night trying to deal with this problem with the cooking. I'm the only one that's up. Let's see. We also want to go ahead and chop the stumps, because if we do that, then we will waste less wood and there will be more places for grass to grow. The pigs are doing a thing. We might wind up with some piglets. It could happen. that's a thing that happens. Nope, that's not happening this time. That's fine. That's fine. Let's just double check on how is the animal welfare right now. Animals are, let's see. This is where we want to look. Here, over here, over here. Right here. Donkey 4 has given birth. We have a baby donkey. We have lots of stockpiled food for animals. At least the animals are not hungry, my friends. That's a thing. Well, Constellatio, the unfortunate thing about food poisoning is you don't wind up going on a hunger strike. You wind up needing to eat more food than usual, I think, because of it seems like you would just not want to eat, but you wind up feeling empty due to emptying out. And while this game is very detailed in many ways, at least we don't have, you know, like running to the bathroom. There is sometimes throwing up in the kitchen, but there is not running to the bathroom in this game. So that's probably a good thing. Now it's very unfortunate that Constellatio, of all people, is down with the food poisoning, because that means he's moving very slowly. And right now, this field here is not a priority because it's so far away. I'm going to ask you to rethink. Harvesting double strain, still harvesting double strain. Okay, then I've done it wrong. I thought this button would prevent us from going all the way out there. Okay, how do I say please don't bother with double strand right now? I think I need to do it in the work tab, but no, I can't. Because what I really need is for Constellatio to focus on these close by fields. Let's do this. We'll just ask to prioritize sowing here and see if that takes. It might or might not. I'm so sorry this has happened. It's going to be not great for everybody because we need more ingredients. And Constellatio's our go-to in the plant department. Minor break risk. Who is it? It is Alena. I'm not surprised. Very hungry, ravenously hungry, and also not happy about having eaten uncooked food. All right, let's have another look at this here. We've got simple meals, which is probably all we're going to be able to manage for a while. Simple meals are the thing which require, how do I word this? You can make them out of only one ingredient. Unlike pemmican, which requires a vegetable and a meat ingredient, same thing with fine meals, requires a vegetable and a meat ingredient. A masterwork wooden and table mole. Way to go. Congratulations. I'm sure you've made Stug very happy. We're working on this furniture here in our new bedrooms. We have a missing bed. Let's see. These are single bedrooms probably, I'd say. Let's make a, well, no, this can be a double bed. Let's put a double bed here. And while this is the masterwork, this next one he made is still excellent. So he's very, very good at making furniture. That's super cool. We have 4 bedrooms currently, 5, 6, 4 of which have double beds, and one of which, 2 of which do not. We have a whole bunch of medical beds right now, and I'm wondering that's no longer necessary because as much as Constellacio is not feeling himself, that doesn't mean he needs the medical bed. Unfortunately, without a mod, I can't say, please go to bed and rest until you feel better from this food poisoning. The vanilla version of the game does not treat food poisoning as an illness that needs treatment or bed rest. Okay, so Solune is a researcher, but temporarily he has been moved to the task of making hats for this quest. Because of our food-related emergency, we're giving up on Brett's collection of fortune. We are not going to go there and do that because we're struggling right now with just managing to feed ourselves here at home. So we don't need any extra big challenges at the moment. Please, Cassie, be nice. I'm hoping that it will all work out. Another masterwork, a masterwork wooden stool. I need to stop building stupid furniture because there's no point to have a masterwork wooden stool out here. That's just dumb. Where do we want the masterwork wooden stool? Let's uninstall that one and we'll put the masterwork wooden stool right here. I just figured stools out, I mean, the dining chairs were not something that you put at a picnic table, right? But hey, we've got some nice-ish furniture here. This wooden dining chair in the prison has a piece of artwork entitled Pyros's Vomit. Now this is Constellatio, actually, who was temporarily named Pyros. And this furniture is engraved with an image of Trout, Pyros, and Bishada marrying Barracuda, Solune, and Bishada, while others look on solemnly. Pyros is a near mirror image of Solune. The image is bordered by dozens of circles. The vertical structure of the image almost conflicts with its graffiti-like style. This image tells the story of the marriage of Pyros and Solune on the 14th of September, 5500. And where the vomit comes in there, I'm not sure, but it seems apropos that we happen to have noticed it at this very moment when Constellatio is moving through that room very slowly due to feeling pukish at the moment. That's the thing. So Constellatio is heading way out here to harvest this double strand, even though I was hoping that he wouldn't do that, but he's just determined to get that double strand in, and frankly, it's a valuable crop. So in a way, I understand, but also in a way, I'm like, but help! We have food emergency. We need to get food crops in the ground. I don't see the point of adding any other bills here other than simple meals, because simple meals are really what is needed more than anything else. And I'm going to try to cancel cutting trees right now. Or at least a lot of trees. We're going to harvest berry bushes, but not trees. And yeah, I'm busy cutting down plants over here, but that should be done pretty soon. And it's worth it just to protect our fence. I made the investment of not putting in wood fences this time, and I think that's good. We're still eating raw food, and I think that's bad, but at least we've got beer. That's like liquid bread in some ways. I suppose one could say. Depending on what kind of beer it is. I mean, Guinness, who's to say that a couple of pints of Guinness does not a meal make? Maybe not. Maybe not. All right. So Constellatio is gonna bring in some of that harvested devil's strand and eat some kibble. What else are you gonna do? Also, I could cancel some of this chopping here because it's not the biggest priority in the world. We need berries. Yay! Now I'm cutting the berries down. That is what we wanted. And when we are no longer in such an emergency state, we can go back and cut some of those other plants. But for now, that is just not a priority. So good. I'm harvesting heel root, I'm harvesting berries. We like to see it. And that is a good productive thing to do. Whew. Maybe we will get there. Stug is gonna eat some berries. Now berries by themselves are just as dangerous as those potatoes that Constellatio got sick from eating. But you know, it's the only food we've got at the moment. Very sad. I will continue checking in here. Ah yes, so Irizarnyo is going to be able to cook at the stove now. We finally have enough ingredients. What kind of ingredients did we find? Psychoid leaves and beer. And smoke leaf leaves. I don't see what kind of ingredients we're talking about here, but there must be some somewhere, or Irizarnyo wouldn't be willing to do it. So I'm letting her sleep until she wakes up. Oh no, cancel that. I almost just kind of knee-jerk ordered a bunch of chopping to be done again, because that's something I would normally, under better circumstances, like to be doing. Minor break risk. Irizarnyo, Mole, and Alex. Well, they're all hungry, right? Very hungry. Eating raw food and kibble. Mole ate kibble. Has an awful bedroom. Mole, you really have an awful bedroom? Let's do this. Let's get up and clean it a little bit. It will be slightly less awful if you clean. There's blood on the floor and dirt. And what's so awful? We need a plant in that planter. Mole can't do it. All right, major break risk. It's me. Ravenously hungry. Ate kibble. Slept in the heat. It's dark. Well, it's an eclipse. What do you expect? The eclipse is ending now. Disturbed sleep. I need a private bedroom. Don't I have a private bedroom? Oh no, I was sleeping here. Okay, let's assign me back to this bedroom here. Constellatio, where are you sleeping? You're supposed to be sleeping here with Selune. And that temporarily was a medical treatment bed. Okay. This is better. This is better. Who's sleeping here? Let's put Mole here. Ambrosia is a food and a drug. And here it is. It'll be a little while before it is ready to harvest, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to create a zone, a growing zone, right around these plants. Like so. Oops. Overshot. And then come on now. Not that. Oh, did that really? I'm going to shrink this zone here and expand it on the other side just to move it slightly away from... All right, let's see if I can figure out how to do this. It's too close to this. Okay, we're gonna just delete that. And we're gonna say allow sewing, which is also going to, no, don't allow sewing. I'm not sure about cutting. I think we can leave the cutting there. This ought to allow me to harvest these when they come ripe. And we'll just have to make a new field over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what are we growing here? We don't have corn. Yes, there's corn. I want some corn. Erizano is not happy about being hungry and eating kibble and eating raw food. I don't blame you, but she's grabbing those berries and she's gonna cook a meal. Can you believe it? This might be our first meal, nope, second meal to be cooked at our new fueled stove. So those are ingredients. Berries are ingredients. Yeah, I was a little concerned about beer and psychoid leaves being the ingredients that I saw, but hey, Erizano instead is going to grab some berries from elsewhere on the map, and I'm getting on all of the harvesting of the berries. So the berries plus a little bit of hunting. Let's do a little bit of hunting. What have we got? Ibex, rams, gazelles. That's a good place to start. Who's our hunter? Who does that? Hunting. Everybody loves hunting. Except for Erizano, she just likes hunting. Erizano came to us from another tribe who might not be as Neolithic in the technology level. So I think that being Neolithic in technology is something that makes people like to hunt. I think we will make temporarily my highest priority hunting and see if there's anybody else who will take over the berry gathering for me. Who is that? Oh man. Nobody else is very good at that. Inspired trade. Stug. Thanks to High Mood, Stug has experienced an inspiration. He will get a significant trade price bonus when closing his next trade deal. The inspiration will expire after 8 days or when the deal is done. Well, we may or may not be able to take advantage of that since we're not probably going to be going on any adventures right now. Although we do have these 3 friends pretty close by. We could try and send him. It's a little scary to think about doing something like that right now, because we are so short on food. Is there anybody else that I could task with hunting besides me? Just because I'm the best one at it doesn't mean I'm the best one for it. Also, I haven't necessarily... One second, let me try and shut down Discord. It seems like even when I shut down Discord on this laptop, I still get notifications and pop-ups, which are unfortunate. another thing we could do is decide to slaughter one of the muffalo. That could be a good decision right about now. Let's have a look at our muffalo. I think that would be a good call. We're going to have some muffalo steak. And that will free me up to go berry picking. Very difficult here to make sure that the priorities are balanced correctly. I think that's something I probably should not be messing with those numbers too terribly much today. We have another little puppy here. Let's look at their training. It's coming right along. They've learned everything but attacking. I'm doing a good job training that little puppy up. Cutie, cutie. All right. So mole is hunting. That's interesting. Let's have a look here. This is good. All of that is gonna help people with their shooting skills, which will help with defense later on. I think that's a pretty good plan. Much better than having it be prioritized to just one person. As much as it would be more efficient to have just one person doing the hunting, we don't have a lot going for us, so we want to increase our ability to defend ourselves as universally as possible. This is a tiny little goat baby. That's a cute little kid. And we have another baby donkey. I think animals are going to be something we'll take along on our caravans at the time that we go with the caravan. We need to think about whether we would be ready to send two. Did you all see and hear that notification from me? 6. I'm wondering, I'm assuming you probably either saw it or heard it, possibly both. And it's odd because I've shut down Discord, but it's still somehow running in the background on this laptop, and I'm just grateful that doesn't happen on my desktop. But yeah, that's how that goes when I'm streaming on the laptop right now. I don't know why. So I think I really need to be prioritizing the cooking a little bit better. Because if it's at the same priority as handling, and handling comes first, then the butchering is not going to get done. So that needs to pop up to the top. Yurisanyo doesn't need this messed with. She's going to be fine. As long as I get my job done, she can get her job done. And here she goes. Alright, we have 3 named animals, and they are sleeping here and here. And Irizanyo is going to have an actual meal. Minor pain. Why are we in pain? We're always in pain. Right arm aches because of a scratch scar. It's unfortunate. That's life on the rim. We do not have any sort of backlog of meals, but we have some meals, and that's something. All right, let's check on this hat here. Any hat that's normal or better, we need to disallow so that we can save those for trade. The good ones especially. Oh, we now have awful, not just poor, but awful cowboy hats. That's not great. It's going to take Salune a while to come up with 39 cowboy hats of normal quality or better. But in that attempt, he's going to get a lot better. Oh, here's another poor quality one. He's going to get a lot better at crafting. Good thing we have plenty of leather. These are, relatively quick to make. So he gets to recheck again for skill on a regular basis, and they each only take 11 ingredients, so he's just incrementally stepping it up. Okay. Why does it say I'm cooking a meal? I should not be cooking. Oh, we have to separate. Okay, this is for any worker skill level 8 or above. But I have to do the same thing here. Skill level 8 or above at the stove. For me, no. I need to do the butchering. You guys got it confused. Designer's doing the cooking. I'm doing the butchering. That's the way it's gotta go. Sorry to confuse you guys. But this needs to be skill level 0 to 7, and this make kibble. Nope, I did a little research. It's not supposed to be 8 to 20, it's supposed to be 0 to 7, because kibble evidently can't give you food poisoning. I thought I remembered that it could, but evidently I remembered that wrong. So as soon as Mole has finished his beer, I'm going to ask him to clean up in the kitchen and the workroom a little bit, because it's getting dirty. Getting a bit dirty in the storeroom as well. Okay, we are gradually going to be climbing our way out of that emergency lack of food situation. I'm so relieved. We're even having a little time for downtime and relaxation, playing some hoopstone, surrounded by the friendly animals. It's not a bad life. Salune's trying again to make a at least normal quality cowboy hat. We'll see how this one comes out. Salune has a shoot frenzy, by the way, which means he's going to be shooting more accurately for a while. I could ask him to do some hunting. It's just... I don't want to pull him away from these hats, because we have 14 days to deliver 39 normal cowboy hats. And how many have we got so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, nope, 10. Oh no. Oh, I counted wrong. Hang on, no, I have to count the ones with the X's. Double checking them. Alright, it also happens to be 10. That's a sad state of affairs with those cowboy hats. We'll be able to sell the poor quality ones. It's just that those can't be used to fulfill this particular quest, and I'm very interested in getting these 3 skill trainers, and one of them is going to go directly to Salune our crafter. Relations with Nache kinship have changed from -60 to -48 due to their tendency to move toward natural goodwill. Excellent. That's what we like to see. Everybody's either sleeping or working. Oh, I keep forgetting, guys. I'm on a different work schedule than everybody else because I'm ugly. What? Well, here's how it goes. It doesn't go smoothly with the social relationships for a pawn who is visually challenging to other pawns. So when you have a pawn who is exceptionally ugly, it pays to put them on a completely different work schedule than everybody else. Saluton Akvo. Good to see you. Hope you are doing a-okay. I was just talking about how my work schedule is on a different timing than everybody else because this pawn named for me is terribly ugly. And let's have a look. Let's see how bad could it be, you ask? Well, I'll tell you. If I can find the right tab. Staggeringly ugly. Alex is staggeringly ugly. Her face looks like a cross between a drawing by an untalented child, a malformed fetus in a jar of formaldehyde, and a piece of modern art. Others must exert conscious effort to look at her while conversing. So in order to avoid problems, which do occur when you have such a, let's just say disability, I've just gone ahead and put Alex on a separate work schedule so the interactions between pawns are minimized. and so that's okay. That's working out. That's working out pretty well. I don't know whether Alex will ever find a partner in this game, but I've given Alex a double bed anyway. I've got my fox Todd sleeping at my side here, so you know, things could be worse. Let's have Salune clean up a little bit. It would have been better to do that before going to sleep. They'll enjoy sleeping in a clean room a little better. Oh, good news, my friends. Constellatio is not only feeling better, so much better, but is also planting some strawberry plants. The strawberries are delicious, aren't they? They make me a little bit itchy, but I enjoy them all the same. So we are now gonna have some strawberries, which is lovely. Nice and close to the kitchen. They won't take any time to bring in to harvest at all. Good news all around. Okay, Constellatio is the only one up this early, quite the early riser. It's 4 a.m. and he's out there in the fields, even going back to bed. I mean, why not? Didn't finish in this particular field here, but just listening to his own body rhythms, which said, get up at 3 a.m. and plant, 9/10 of the strawberries and then go back to bed. I'm behind it. Who can argue with that? Who can argue with that? We also have a few little strawberry bits here. I don't know, I can't explain to you why it is that I'm insisting on planting plants in the extra fertile fields. I tried looking it up, and I felt like the information was insufficient for me to really truly understand whether it made a difference for plants which were not rice. It is very clear to me that rice must be planted in extra fertile soil, but if we have extra fertile soil, this dark green here, is there any reason not to plant other plants than rice there? All right, we've got a heat wave. We need to get our passive coolers up and running. We're going to toggle automatic refuel on that, and we're going to build new ones. We're going to build one in every single bedroom because we're going to need it. it's starting to look like a hot mess. I thought I had one. Oh, I do. Here we go. All right. We will ask Mull to get on that. Well, what you doing? Going over here and... Oh, you know, actually, I think that it's more important to take care of these passive coolers than it is even to work on that wooden spike trap. As much as normally I would say traps are very, very important right now, we don't want to die of heat stroke. So yeah, I'm increasing my cooking skills by making beer, and that'll make everybody happy. We've finally got a plant planted in our combination prison cell slash hospital room slash guest quarters. Mull was sleeping there the other night and was saying that it was really awful in there, and so maybe the plant will help. I'm just not sure. You are cooking. I think maybe you're commenting on the cooking here. I'm not sure. I think you're saying you're cooking. I am excited about that. What you got cooking? How are you? Not great today, but I am doing my best. Head is not screwed on properly, but trying to do the things and maintain the focus. And so far, Cassie, bless her, has not tried to kill me. We had a little situation. Consulatio, you are relaxing socially at this table. I didn't want this to be a picnic table for relaxing and socially. That's a picnic table for eating when you're out in the fields. Also this one, same. And I don't even know why that one is there anymore. Maybe it was because of this work area. We should be pulling that uranium in. We don't have a place to store it, perhaps. Well, it won't go bad in the field. That's all right. Okay. Rizanyo's digging at that uranium ore. Interesting. I'm having regrets that I asked for that to be done, but there's only 2 bits. Maybe let's just let her do that, and then we'll get on with everything else. Okay. Because of my unusual work schedule, it's nap time for me, and I am considering. Ooh, can you trade? No, you cannot. Darn it. I'm considering, as we look at this sleep and work schedule here, I'm considering the possibility of going to a biphasic sleep cycle. It would mean that there would be more times when our colonists would be rested. It would be more frequent. There would be more hours out of the day, and they would be closer to rested. So I think that would be worth trying. Let us do this. We're going to move these 2 hours to anything and these 2 hours to anything. And then we're going to move these 2 hours to sleep and these 2 hours to sleep. It's getting complicated. Now we need to fill out everything else. Alex needs some recreation time. When is that going to be? Right before going to bed. We'll make it right here. And right here. This is very odd looking work schedule. Okay. 4 and 2. All right. I think this very strange work schedule should probably work. We're going to give it a go and see how the biphasic sleep cycle works. No, Irizanya, will you please clean the room first before going to sleep so that you will not get a mood debuff for being in an awful room. Oh, it's still an awful room. I still see dirt on the floor. Okay, it's an awful room even though you have an excellent end table. Your furniture is good. Even your bed is good. Your walls are smooth. Aren't they? No. Let's smooth more walls. That can't smooth, can it? I mean, I would understand if Stug said my room is awful. It looks objectively awful. But Irizanya's saying her room is equally awful to Stug's. And I just don't see how that could possibly be. She has more furniture, she has a floor, she has mostly smooth walls, and her furniture is all good. So it's confusing. Let's see, we need another Muffalo armchair. Let's put that there. Maul is resting. How about if you work on that passive cooler first and then you rest? Because you will rest better in a cool room because it is 47°C outside and that is very hot. You guys, it's insane. I don't see how these people are not collapsing from heat stroke. They at least need a place to go to get away from the heat. This is going to be the last mining of uranium for that little bit there. Frankly, I shouldn't let her go out there in the heat and do that, but people seem to be okay so far. Unsightly environment, an awful bedroom. Everybody's bedroom is awful. I thought I was better at building bedrooms than this. Clearly I'm not. And I'm back to eating kibble. Okay, do we have any other options other than eating kibble? Could I just, like, drink a beer instead? Let's try that. Let's see if that'll do the trick. Do we have any ingredients to cook any more meals with? No, we don't. Why? Why? Why do we have no food again? Alright, need to prioritize that Muffalo and Constellacion's putting the rice in the field. That is good. Sowing the rice. Hops is empty and that's okay for right now. I don't know, guys. It's hungry times. I want to be only worried about it being so hot, but I'm worried about more than that. Okay, Mole, you are clearly not understanding the level of priorities that we've got going on here. It's not the spike trap that's the priority. It's the passive coolers. Really nothing else matters till we get these passive coolers built. And frankly, I just did that wrong. Somebody else could bring things where they need to go. Stug can deliver to these passive coolers. While Mole builds this, because Mole is the one that can build things well. So if somebody else brings the materials, our visitors are eating in these rooms here. Oh, and they've decided to leave, and they left us a meal. You guys, this guy, he came in here to eat, and then he went, forget it. All these people, they came in here to eat, they left their meals sitting there, and they decided to just get out of Dodge because it's dangerous here. So that means we really need to get on this. Mole is making this, and Stug is hauling materials for the next one. And we'll get Mole to work on those one at a time. Oh, he's doing it. He's doing it. I didn't even have to ask him. All right. Really nervous about this heat. We got a puppy eating our ingredients. It's understandable. He's almost completely trained up. Look at all these puppies. Never intended to have all these puppies here. All right, we're making progress. I think we need places inside for some more dogs to be. Let's put more animal sleeping spots. Okay, let's see. This should work. And we're going to build a new bed eventually here. You know what? I'm gonna make it a double bed, because why not? You know? I'd say why not? Seems like good enough logic to me. Good, good, good. Alright, Irisanya really enjoys her hoopstone. Oh, they left several meals out. This is good news for us. Alright, we're getting these passive coolers ready to go. I think we might make it. I think this room is the last room that we like spend time in that does not have a cooler. So that means if Stug could deliver some wood to that spot, then Mole can build that cooler for us. Irisanya's cooking up a meal. It is 3:30. I don't imagine I'm going to be able to do a very long stream today. Already at 1 hour I started feeling like, wow, I have not got this in me today. So I'm going to do my best here. See if we can get at least the majority of the way through a normal length stream, but I do not expect myself to make it to a 3-hour stream today. Mole has broken down and is wandering around in sadness. This happened because of poor mood. The final straw was ate raw food. Well, I'm very sorry you did that because I need you to make these cooling units. Alright, who can make cooling units while Mole is just indisposed? Irisanyo, who otherwise should be making meals. Really? Is there anybody else who can construct? 0, 3. Okay, I can do it. I can do it. All right. After I make that kibble, I'm gonna make some passive coolers. We are getting closer to to having passive coolers everywhere. There's 4 more to go. 4 more to go. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 done and 4 left to do. And we're not going to make one in the storage room. That's okay. Just shrink this zone down a little bit and increase the size of this one. Oop. We can close that. I don't know how to close that. Alright, let's look. Options. Gameplay. Learning helper off. That's still on my laptop because I started playing this game on my laptop. And by the time I installed it on my new desktop, I didn't need the learning helper, or felt that I didn't need the learning helper. Whether or not that was actually true is another story entirely. But yeah. So, Alex is building passive coolers. We've got 1, 2 more left to do. That's good. That's quick. Nice and quick. Oh no, more puppies. There's more puppies here. Alright, we need more beds for more puppies. This is ridiculous. I'm gonna get eaten out of house and home with all these dogs. I just don't need it. Alright. Let's see. Calling. Interesting. That's not what I thought I would be doing. Mo is still enjoying his wander. And let's see here. What kind of a bow is that? Short bow. Not what I want. I want to see Constellazio have a better bow than that. Where is the place where I would handle that? Production. There should be a crafting spot here, but I don't even see one. It should be right here, by all logic. Only on the rim could puppers be more of a hindrance than a help. It's especially the Yorkies. It's like having Yorkies is only for if you're doing great. And we're doing pretty good. But their benefit is nuzzling, which is awesome. But they're a little underpowered, Yorkies, given how much they eat. I'm not saying they eat a ton, because they are small, but this is also partially my fault because I have not managed to do the complicated steps that it takes to prevent them from eating anything other than kibble, everything else. And that's something that I need to take care of eventually, but it's a little bit complicated for me today. I'm not gonna manage to do that today. That's okay. All right, are we getting cooler? We're getting cooler. We've got all of the cooling. So how's our temperature? Indoors 23°C. It's reasonable. Really reasonable. Outside 35, and this room indoors is 17, which is perfect. Amazing. Why is this room 17 and this room? Okay, these rooms are just larger and they have more torch lamps. Maybe we don't need that many torch lamps. I think we kind of do. Frankly, I think we need one more. Does that mean we need an extra passive cooler? I don't think so. But maybe I won't build that extra lamp until we get through this heat wave. I think that's reasonable. All right, we're going to create a crafting spot here because I can't find where I put my crafting spot. It's an odd feeling. Let's make a great bow. I hope Solone will make a wonderful great bow for Constellatio. And we're going to say, out of those ranged weapons, no short bows allowed here. A bedroll is no longer assigned to Stug. That's because I want to make a new bed. Right there. And a new puppy sleeping spot. Okay. We could make another end table. And these rooms don't have a dresser. Let's make a dresser. Where are we going to put that dresser? Right here? It's a mess. Definitely a mess. But it works. Alright. Constellatio is sowing hay grass here. And this will be our corn. Research finished. Smithing. Build smithies for crafting metal weapons like knives, gladia, and maces. Work metal into clean, beautiful floor tiles. Alright, the next thing we are going to research is long blades so that we can make a long sword or a spear. We are doing this research by choosing the thing with the smallest number in order to upgrade our ability to research. Since we are at a Neolithic tech level, everything takes us longer, and the way that we're going to deal with that is to upgrade our skills as much as possible. We're just going to do the logical way. Alright, now Mole is finally getting around to building these wooden spike traps. There's 3 more left to do. Is that true? 2 more left? 3 more left to do. In the current order there, which is good. Constellatio's done an amazing job getting these fields planted with strawberries. We have some more heel root left to sow. The rice, a little bit more here and here. Excellent work with that. I'm a little concerned about Discord notifications, you guys. Could you let me know if that is popping up, because I don't want that to be a problem for anybody. It's not really cool to stream your Discord notifications, but I've already turned off Discord, closed Discord, so I don't know why Discord notifications are popping up on my screen, and I think there's a chance you might not be seeing it, but if you are, basically I just want to end the stream right now, because it's not cool. Not really sure what to do about that. It's an odd thing about this laptop that I close Discord and yet notifications keep happening. Alright, Stug has been pretty stellar at taking care of a lot of the hauling. If we had a different breed of dog instead of Yorkies, they could be doing the lion's share of the hauling, so to speak. But we don't, and that might be something that we could trade for. We could trade the puppies, get some huskies or some labs. something like that. All right. I think it might be just about time for me to start winding down. I know that's pretty much a ridiculously short stream. I'm gonna ask Mole to fix up that bed when he wakes up, and we have 10 meals in our stockpile. I feel like today's challenge was dealing with the food. Is it a system preference for Windows by chance? But what I need to know is, can you see the Discord notifications? I assume you can hear them, but can you see them on screen? Because I haven't gotten any answers to those questions. I can't tell. I can tell what I can see, but I can't tell what you can see. You don't see them. Okay. Then it's it's only a minor annoyance rather than a serious problem. I don't want to be showing people's personal information that they've, like, if somebody sends me a DM, I don't want that to show up on screen. So I'm glad to know that that's not happening. All right, I am going to save and quit to menu. It takes a ridiculously long time to save and quit to menu, but I would like to do that. Oh, that was very fast. All right, I'd like to do that so that I can have background music. I cannot have background music. How sad. All right, we'll no. Let's go back to having the background music. This is how we have background music. It means I'm still in the game screen, and that's fine. I won't switch to just chatting, or am I just chatting scene. I'll just leave this as we wind it down and talk about what's coming up next. So I am, let's see, it is Wednesday. Thursday, tomorrow, I am going back to Houston from Dallas, long car trip. Friday through Monday, I will be in Houston, flying home on Monday night. Because of, let's work backwards from Monday. Because of when my checkout is, if I manage to do a stream on Monday, it will have to be from the airport. So if the airport has good enough Wi-Fi, I will try and do a wildflower stream. I mentioned in the Discord that I looked up some information about my bottleneck with garden soil coming up towards the summer festival, and discovered that I'm basically screwed. So I started a new game file, and I'm sorry about all that beeping. I started a new game file, and when those two games are at the same date, in-game date, I will switch us over, assuming that I manage to come up with more garden soil. I'm going to do my best. I assume that the reason that I don't have enough is that I did not search the farm, Grandma's farm area, the whole thing, every single day. Some days there aren't any weeds there to put in our compost bins. Some days there are. So, need to make sure that I grab all of those. so that I can go ahead and upgrade our garden site. And also plan the small gardens plots very carefully. For example, I don't think I will be having 2 honey bee hives at the same time in that particular plot, because it didn't seem to do any good. So it just took up room that could have been more productively used in other ways. So I think I may wait on the honey a little bit longer than I did. We'll see how that goes. I think honey could become important eventually, and I think it takes a long time, but if I just have 1 beehive, that could be the ticket. Okay, so that's Monday. Sunday I will be doing a stream collab with Claire Pix, which I'm super excited for, and really hoping that I continue to feel better so that I can be as functional and brainful as possible for that. Thank you for that shout out. And also on Friday, I'm not sure exactly what time stream will be, but we can expect to have a RimWorld Friday stream not this early in the day. I think probably it will be no earlier than mid-afternoon, I think. Central time. I will do it as early in the day as I can, as close to my regular stream time as I can. But yeah, that'll have to do with when my check-in time is. Meepla, yes, I'm starting to wrap up. We're talking about what the plan is for the next 3 streams. The Friday, Sunday, and Monday streams. And after that, I will be home again, back to normal, regular stream hours, stream times, stream days, stream content. And I just want to thank you all so much for your flexibility and patience with me as we've, had some alterations to our normal schedule. But it's been really important for me and good to be able to have some family time at this time. You have to take advantage of the opportunities. You gotta get while the getting's good. I don't know. I can't figure out exactly how to say what I'm trying to say, but this was the time. And I'm so grateful that that my family could be together at this time. Thank you for those hugs. I'm sorry that it was so much of a shorter stream than usual, but that was all of the brain capacity that I had. Luckily, none of the pawns died today, so excellent. Y'all should see what happened to my off-stream colony. We're like 2/3, more than 2/3 of my colonists died. I'm down to 3. That's very exciting. Haven't been playing a lot of that recently, since that all went so far south last week. So yeah, that was crazy. Haha dogs, have a good sleep. I missed saying goodnight to you, maybe if you left. We'll worry about the one in Randy's hands. Yes. So Friday's stream is Randy Random Storyteller Community Builder level. This colony is Cassandra Classic Adventure Story. So yeah, that's how that's going. My off-stream colony is Phoebe Chillax Adventure Story. Go figure. even Phoebe Chillax can hit really, really hard at times. So that's AI storytellers for you. So I'm gonna have a quick look to see who we might be reading. That's not how I do that. This is how I do that. I wish that other list would work that way, but it does not. So let's see. We could potentially pick a gamer, or a musician, or an artist, or an IRL makers and crafting type stream. Oh, so many friends. All right. Let's do this. We're going to stop in and say hey to Crossover Krissa. I'm not going to be able to stay because I have some family things I need to take care of. Let's see. I'm going to have to end the background music in order to kick off this raid. I think we're going to go... Oh no, I don't have an ending screen. Okay, well, I just ended the music unnecessarily. I'm so sorry about that, but we'll just try and get this raid kicked off as smoothly as possible. And please say hey from me. Give her my love. I will say hey if I can, but I won't be able to hang out very much. And thank you for doing that shout out, since some people occasionally don't get raptured these days. But hopefully that kicked off a raid. Impossible for me to see whether or not we are actually raiding. I wish I could see that. If any of you can and are aware of whether or not raid is actually going, it would be lovely to know. I'm still just guessing as to how long do I blather on before the raid goes. But thank you so much for your help. Thank you, mods. Thank you, lurkers. Thank you, my friends. See ya, meat blah. Take good care. I still don't know if we're rating or not. I hope we're rating. I don't know. It's about to. Yay! See you next time, guys. Thanks, Water.